Hi students, this is Karen Morrow from Hayes STEAM Academy. Today we're going to be working on a project that reflects the same style and subjects that Vincent van Gogh made in a lot of his paintings. Here's an example of one of them. It's called Red Poppies and Daisies. So you've got the flowers around, you've got a green background and a vase there. Notice how there's a lot of texture throughout his paintings. So the paint was kind of thick and it wasn't blended that much. Here's another painting of his. This is a poppy painting. And notice all the lines and texture in the sky with the different shades of blue and white. And you've got some distance here with the mountains and trees that look farther away. And then you've got a field of poppies right here. There's not a lot of intricate detail, but there's a lot of lines and texture. So you can tell that they're poppies. So we're going to kind of resemble these texture and lines in our picture today that we make. So here's the picture that we're going to make. We're going to make one big poppy and add a little bit of lines to our background so that we have lines and texture like Vincent van Gogh. Okay, we're going to get started now. We're going to start off with a white piece of paper and a pencil, and we're going to draw kind of a circle. It doesn't need to be a perfect circle because it's flower petals, and they're a little bit curvy or ruffly looking around the edge. And then I'm going to draw a smaller circle right here approximately in the middle. And then I'm going to start dividing up this circle area into sections so that it resembles petals. So I'm going to draw those extra lines in. And then down here will be the stem. And then I'm going to even add a small bud of a poppy right up here above, just to create a little more interest. And then the stem for that smaller bud. It's going back behind the flower. Okay, next step. If you have a Sharpie, you can go ahead and use a Sharpie, or you can use a black crayon, or you can just go ahead and use the same color of marker that you're using on your flower. So for the petal area, you could use red, a red marker, or you can use a black crayon. So I'm going to trace with the Sharpie. Now I'm going to just start laying on some color. I think I'll start with my center part first. I'm going to draw just some little lines right here from the center that would mimic the little pollen or stamens in the middle of the flower. And I'm going to draw color in just little circles at the ends of these lines, just to kind of mimic the inside of this flower. And then I'm going to take my red marker and I'm going to go around all of my petals like this, around the edges close to the Sharpie. And just color it in. I'll continue to color. Okay, I've gotten most of my larger poppy colored, and then I'm going to add my red right here to the center of this bud. Now I'm going to add some darker areas just by using a little bit of purple. So right in here next to the center, I'm just going to bring my marker out toward the outside edges, kind of like in a circle. Just a little bit of lines. That's going to blend together with our red to show some darker areas in the flower. I'm going to just add a few dots of gray so it's not too light, too much white. Okay, so remember, Vincent van Gogh's, a lot of his paintings have a lot of texture and lines. So now what we're going to do is come back and add some lines to the sky and the bottom where the grass is. So I'm going to take just a lighter blue. If you don't have a lighter blue, one shade of blue is fine. I'm going to just come in here and just add some lighter blue lines going out toward the edge of the paper. And I'm just working my way around the flower, going out to the edge, all the way around the top area. Okay. Now I'm going to add a little bit of a darker shade, our value, to create more interest so we can see darks and lights. And then at the bottom, I'm going to add 2 shades of green. I'm going to start off with my lighter shade first. I'm still going in my circle out toward the edge, from the flower to the edge, just making little quick lines. They all lead toward my flower, so that is my focal point. Your eye follows the lines toward the flower. Now I'm going to add just a little bit of a darker shade or value. And overlap them just a little bit, the blue and the green. Okay, my last part will be, or my last step, I'm going to take my brush and water, and I'm just going to blend my marker colors together. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to paint the center. So I'm going to go ahead and apply some water with my brush right here on the poppy petals. And as these petals sit and they're damp, they're going to gradually blend a little bit of the colors together. They're going to be a little more muted. Add some water right here in the center. Okay, add a little bit to my stems and the bud. Now I'm going to clean my brush and start with my blue. I'm just going to bring my... So you can tell with the blue how they blend into the white and with each other, the dark and the light blue. Okay, now I'm going to take a clean brush with water and blend that green with the light and the darks. So you've got different values of green, and you can still see the lines and the texture that the lines make. And there you have your poppy painting with lots of line texture. I'll go ahead and show you this. This one is still wet, so it's a little darker. This one is dry and it's finished. So good luck. Have fun with your poppies.